Good morning, everyone. Oh my gosh, do you know what? Sometimes, I don't think I've ever told you this, but sometimes I get really anxious, like before I start talking to you on a vlog, and it's something that I've never let you guys know. I think it's because half of the time you're trying to film alongside life, and life is just happening, and I'm constantly thinking at the back of my mind, I need to be filming, I need to let you guys know what we're doing, I need to take you with me, I need to do this. And I also like to sometimes make sure that I'm coming on here and being like concise and with it, but if my brain is flitting between too many things, I worry, and then I end up feeling a little bit like nervous coming on. It's like, I think it's a little bit of like stage fright, especially when I take so much joy in my videos and I want them to be wonderful for you, and I want them to be inspiring, and I want them to cover everything. And yeah, so I just thought I'd tell you that because I don't think I've ever told you before. And one of the things that I'm trying to do this year more is to be really honest and like share more of who I am and more of the parts of myself that maybe I closed off for a little while from the internet. It's so weird. I was talking to someone about this the other day. I didn't realise we were going to start like this and have this chat, but here we are. But I was talking to someone the other day about like when we all sort of started in the early days doing this. There wasn't really any negativity. It was really interesting. Now that I think back, we kind of lived in this really lovely little community where everyone shared each other's content. There was like chats on Twitter and things like that. And it was really, really wholesome. And as with everything, when something grows and becomes bigger and gains traction, that changed. And I still remember when I discovered my first ever sort of like a gossip or a discussion forum, and I was absolutely heartbroken. I didn't sleep for a week, and I then developed sleep anxiety because I was so, it was like sitting on the wall of a room full of people discussing you but not knowing you and misinterpreting what you would say, and it, like any person, you always want to come and defend yourself. And I think then with cultures that have been like born from this industry, like cancel cultures and things like that, naturally you become a more guarded person. And I think I needed to become a little bit more guarded for a while, because even when perhaps things I'd said weren't intended to upset, they did. And so I needed to be a little bit more careful with the things that I was saying. But now, in my openness, I've realised that genuinely just opening up and showing you who I am makes you even more aware of the type of person that I am. And I've become so much more comfortable with knowing who I am. I don't think when I really began, I don't think I really knew who I was and what I liked, and I certainly didn't trust myself. Now I trust myself so much. And I trust myself in my decisions. And when you trust yourself in your decisions, you're prepared for all of the potential risks or fallouts or whatever that come with those things. And that's a really lovely place to exist. And I really think that it's made my videos so much better. And so letting you know that sometimes when I'm getting ready to vlog, I'm like, I don't know whether it's like excitement and a little bit of nervousness, because I want things to be good for you. But anyway, I don't know whether this video is going to be particularly profound, although what I do know that I'm doing is I'm sort of doing a bit of prep for the end of winter moving into spring, and I have started using my Kindle Scribe, although I am convinced I am going to lose this. I am going to lose this. I've put it in my makeup bag, if you didn't hear that rustling around. So I've started like trialing out all of the notes section, and this is absolutely genius. I wanted to tell you about this. This isn't part of my partnership with Amazon, by the way. I always promise you that I am going to tell you what is good and what isn't good. Well, actually no, I don't tell you what isn't good, because it's just not the kind of space that I want to put out on the internet. But I do want to tell you when something is good. And already I'm feeling like the luckiest girl in the world to have been given this to try like this, because I not only have all of my books on here, so when I'm maybe taking my bigger bags, in fact I need to try this in my bigger bag because I'll be very upset if this doesn't fit in my bigger bags, but this is essentially your notepad, your diary, your calendar, everything all rolled into your favorite books, and even the ability, can you browse the web on here? web browser. Oh my gosh. So you can literally use this. I'm just going to type in something random here. Sorry, I'm fully learning as I'm going with this, but I started planning my day on this morning. Let's just type in Lydia Millen and see what comes up. Back in the old days, that was a one-way ticket to confidence destruction. And nowadays, no, that's not worked. So you can't, so it's not got Google built in. So you can't just Google something, it has to be a website. So let's go to my website, Lydia Elise Millen. Oh, that's not how you spell my name. Okay. Oh, wow. I mean, obviously it's not in colour, but you can browse on here as well. That is super interesting. So if you want to do things like on the internet as well, maybe not on your phone and being connected to social media, this is a brilliant, brilliant option. But basically what I wanted to show you was the notebook side of things, because I'm still learning how to do it, but I think you can actually, oh, sorry, see my book recommendations there? So I started doing my Tuesday agenda, because it is Tuesday the 4th today, and then I started doing my February content plan. Now that would usually be across 2 books if you don't know, but you can also make lists and it can all be filed under one folder for like February, for example. And I'm loving this because this is what I am, please don't judge my handwriting. It is something I really hate about myself and I really wish it was better, but it's not. This is the sort of month's plan for February. I'm going to put all the dates in. This is what I'm going to do for like my video planning, so that I want my content to be nice and varied, but also when I'm vlogging here, there and everywhere, keep things on topic, because today I'm literally prepping for the end of midwinter into spring. So what I need to buy in terms of perhaps cleaning products, perhaps candles, perhaps foliage. I need to book in my spring decor with Gemma, lots of things like that. And so it gives me the opportunity to see when I need these things booked in for, and also just remind me what I'm doing for each video, because I find that just vlogging as I go sometimes makes me duplicate content, also just makes me forget what the hell I was doing in the first place. And so it's really nice that I do it this way, and I think it makes things more easy for you, whilst also like the little bits and pieces of life going in there. So I thought I'd just let you know about this. It is one of my, at the moment, it's my favourite thing to play around with. Should we try and see if it can go in one of my bigger bags? I think we should. I'm gonna get a little case for it as well, actually, because I don't want it to break. So I'm gonna have a look for that now, just so that it's safe and secure. Why am I going on Pinterest? Kindle Scribe case. Ooh, ooh. What kind of case do I want? I like ones that look like old books, because I feel like I look really, you know, I feel like it's fitting with my outfit. By the way, my outfit today is completely inspired by my meeting with Purdy last week. I'll insert the picture if I'm allowed from their forthcoming season lookbook. And I've literally got brown jeans on, white shirt. I don't have the Purdy scarf, sadly, but I'm hoping to buy it as soon as it's released. Outfit here. Because I just love, love, love their styling. So I'd love one that looks like an old book, or something that's just a little bit lovelier. Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm like with things when it comes to buying something. I don't just buy the quickest and easiest one. I like to think that I buy things with intention, so they make the use of my Kindle Scribe a little bit lovelier, because obviously it's taking away the traditional element of notebooks, and I still very much love that element, so I want to find a happy medium. I'll let you know what I find. Well, I have to say, this is bloomin' genius. So, at the moment, this is my folder for February, and then when I finish with that, I'll put it into the folder for 2025. But I've got my February month view, I've got my February week 1 view, and then I've got my daily there. I should end up with 1 of these, 4 of these, and 28 of these. Obviously, I don't use my notepad every single day. And they will just sit in the month of February, and everything, any lists, any reminders or anything like that, I can pop in here as well. But this is absolutely brilliant. It's all in one place as well. I think this is going to be really good for my planning, especially around my content, weekly shooting, keeping things in all one place. This is just it's brilliant. But I love it. I was like, because I've obviously had my mind in transitioning from winter to spring, I've been sort of thinking, oh gosh, you know, I've got to get bulb potting in place for the next sort of few weeks. And it is absolutely freezing today, and I love that I'm so not there yet. You know, when it comes to decor and things like that, we've got a good 6 weeks until the first day of official spring, and I'm just not there yet. I think towards the end of February is when I'm going to start really thinking about like that side of things and like the decor. At the moment, I'm wanting to sort of shut up winter and finish off and close the chapter on this season. And when I step outside and it's freezing out there, it just kind of like cements my thought process, because I'm just not in the florally bulb like vibe at the moment yet. I think usually I am. Usually I'm getting really excited for those kinds of things, but I think because it is still cold, it's blowing a gale outside. That's why I've changed from a shirt to a jumper over the top, because honestly, I stepped outside frozen. So I'm wearing the same chocolate brown trousers. I've got Beaufort and Blake jumper on, Beaufort and Blake shirt. These are H&M trousers. Boots are Charlbury, and this is my barber. And I am loading the dogs in to go to the vets because Porter's got this little like skin rash, and it kind of went away, and then it's not really fully gone away, and it just kind of keeps coming back, and now I think it's come back worse. So I'm going to load him up, take Barkley for a once over as well, and head to the vets. So this is what Porty and Barkley would normally be travelling in. This is our Tavo Pets carrier. However, for some reason I can't get this. This is what happens when things are all electrified in a car. Can't get this to go up, and I can't see a manual override. I've called Ali, I can't do it. And you know when you're like, this is why things can't be electric, because it's not working. And the Tavo Pet sits across here, so we're having to pop them in our old carrier in the boot, and it's so frustrating because they're so safe in here and they love it. The moment that we get it out, they get so excited. Your brother's getting worried. Your brother's getting worried. Let me get your clip on. I know. Very exciting, although I'm not sure you realise that you're going to the vets, to be honest. Go get your brother. Pop this up. Hello, my proud snoot. Hello. Number 2 in. Good doggies. And we close you up in the boot. Just like that. You've got little blankets in here, so you can get snuggly. I should have sorted your blankets out first, really, shouldn't I? But let's go. So this singing and squealing is what we put up with for a little while at the beginning, because I think Barkley gets really excited about going anywhere, because he actually doesn't get taken a lot of places, because sometimes he's the more intense one. But anyway, as I was saying, the electric thing wouldn't go up in the back, and there's always a tendency when you have those like mild frustrations in life to go onto the internet and like moan about it. I used to do this all the time. I'm so blooming guilty of it, and I've realised it never makes me feel good. And I think that's the thing. It's like you think it's going to be a release like short term, and you get your frustrations out. I just know that me moaning about it, like by going, you know, making a post on Instagram or something like that, it would make me feel worse. And the reality is that I chose this snazzy car. It's my fault. And hopefully we can get it fixed. And at the end of the day, either way, the dogs would have been able to travel. It's just we might not have been able to take both of them, and it just would have been that we left one behind. Obviously we've got someone at the house to look after them anyway. There's always a way around it, and I just have to not let my own frustrations get the better of me, because it's so easy. So we're still none the wiser as to what is up with Porter's skin. He's just got these lumps, and they're not able to say what they think they are. So he was given a course of antibiotics. That helped, but didn't clear it up. So now he's on steroids. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see how they go. But bless them. My dogs are like, they have balls of steel, okay? They think that they can take on every single person that like comes to our front door. But take them to the vets, and honestly, Porter is burying himself in my arms, like pushing himself back from them, and they're so good with him in there, like with all of our animals. In fact, it's the only vets that Lumi likes going to. We've had a nightmare with Lumi. But I also just met a lovely girl in the car park here. I think her name was Rusa. I think that was her name. It wasn't a usual name, and she was so pretty. And you know when someone says hello and you're like, oh, you've just made my day. And I didn't get a chance to say, you've made my day. But anyway, I'm heading back home now, so let's go. Listen to the sounds. Oh my God, it makes me want to cry. All of those busy birds twittering away up there, it honestly moves me in ways that I cannot put into words. It is a very, very spring-esque winter's day today. It is one of those days where the season overlaps and you really feel the momentum building when it comes to the forthcoming season. It is beautiful. I actually want to open all of the windows and just refresh the air in the house because I really feel like we're starting to say goodbye to winter at the moment, and it's making me want to just really sort things out in the house. One of the things I'm doing at the moment is getting through a very, very special shop that I did on Ocado, and I treated myself. You know I love food shops a lot, and they have such gorgeous brands on there. I worked with Ocado, I think about a year ago, and I became a customer from the collaboration. And I honestly have been like a happy customer ever since. The only thing I wish is that Waitrose was still on there. That's the thing that makes me so sad. If we could just get Waitrose back, it would be my dream place. It really would. But I treated myself to some new snacks. Now, one of which I didn't read properly and it's got maltodextrin in it, so I probably wouldn't normally eat that. But I'm not someone that's really, really regimented about these things. We will eat these, we will love them, and we just won't buy them again. So I need to restock my pantry with those. I've treated myself to some more broad beans. These have sunflower oil in them. Oils and sunflower oils and seed oils and things like that are ultra processed, but sometimes I just weigh up my odds and I'm like, do you know what, I could grab a bag of crisps or I could grab these. I'd rather eat some beans than a packet of crisps. So these are to go in there. And I've also treated myself to some organic dried mulberries. If you're ever looking for snacks, Dalesford is so good. And just getting my pantry stocked up for spring, because life is going to start to emerge a lot more in spring. I can already feel like the spreading of the wings happening and the anticipation and hope that people get at this time of year. And I'm going to need to be able to grab and go, especially with my life now. My life now is nuts. I have only managed one workout this week and I'm riding again this evening. I'm going to be riding all weekend. It's a lot, but I'm loving it, absolutely loving it, and I'm really having to adjust to the pace. So I'm going to get those put away in the pantry. Speaking of adjusting to the pace, I wouldn't normally tell you these things, but I am so devastated that I'm not going to this. Like, you honestly have no idea. I am so devastated, and I think I might actually cry, because there's one thing that I've always said when it comes to Fashion Month and attending any shows. I've always said that it has to be a brand that I would buy from, because otherwise why am I telling you about it? I'm not here to like inform you of all of the things that I'm not interested in. I'm a personal style fashion blogger from the early days, and so I've always said that. And I have been invited to New York to attend the New York Fashion Week show of Oscar de la Renta and be dressed by the brand, and I can't go. I can't go, which is heart-wrenching, like absolutely heart-wrenching, because that is my absolute dream. I don't even know how to put into words, and I usually wouldn't tell you about things that I can't go to or I am unable to attend or whatever, because I just think it never lands well. But I actually think I might try and watch the show from England and maybe like give you my thoughts and wear one of my Oscar de la Renta dresses, just because I would love to do that, and I feel like that would be so wonderful and it'll make me feel better, a little bit better anyway, because I would absolutely love to be there. But that is my life now. I have chosen to have commitments and to structure work and things like that differently, and I have work commitments that, first of all, I think would be wrong if I let them down, because I've already committed and I feel like my word is important. I really want to be there though. It's honestly heartbreaking. So let me know if you would like that, and I might do it for some other brands that I love, because I don't often go to shows, but brands like Erdem, Dior, Hermes, Oscar de la Renta, Emilia Wickstead, let me know if you would like me to sit down and give you my thoughts and my impressions and what I like and what I don't like. It might be interesting to some and boring to others. Let me know. Anyway, pantry stock for these. Then obviously as the season changes, I love to change scents and things like that in my home. So I treated myself to some candles. That's just one of the scents that I like to change up in my house. And I treated myself to some different scents from Dalesford. These are always like my go-to. They're like, how do I explain this? They're like my in-between ones, because this is a really good winter to spring in-between. They feel fresh, they feel calming, but they also feel a little bit green and zingy. I like to have that freshness, especially at this time of year. It's still got that coziness, but feels like the awakening of a garden. And this is bergamot, so this is really lovely for like bedrooms, bathrooms. It also has a real like neroli-esque touch to it, which I just love. This feels like such a gorgeous early spring fragrance, and I just love bergamot in general. And then geranium leaf. I don't know if you've ever snapped off a geranium leaf and had a whiff, but it smells exactly like this candle. The greenness, the sharpness, it is exquisite, absolutely exquisite. And I thought those would be lovely because I've got my husband coming home today from Paris. So I treated myself to 2 of those, and then I did a bit of a beauty haul as well from a brand that I haven't shown much on here. And I honestly don't know why, because genuinely, I used to go, when I used to work for French Connection, I used to work in their store in Christopher Place in St Albans. There was, I don't know if it still is, a little Neal's Yard there. There was also a Space & K. It was literally like the best place. I love St Albans. And I would go and stand in Neal's Yard, and in fact they would always have like dried mulberries that you could buy, like the snacks and things like that there, and whatever, seeds and berries and what have you. And it is the most beautiful brand. It is absolutely stunning, and I just fancied treating myself to some bits because they have them on Ocado. Ocado? They have them on Ocado. What is wrong with me? And there were some bits that I needed. I needed a new pillow mist, and I have already spritzed this and it smells unreal, absolutely unreal. I also needed a new face wash. This is the Rehydrating Rose Face Wash. Cleanses and refreshes. Lots of little rose bits in there as well. And then this really intrigued me. Now, I love my Wild deodorant for like everyday use. But a rose and geranium scented deodorant, I fell in love with. In fact, that's what I almost want from Wild next. I would love for some more like naturally scents, because a lot of their scents are quite like coconutty and sweet. I really love these more essential oily type fragrances, and this smells unbelievable. I can't wait to try it out. I hope it's good. Let me know if you've tried it in the comments down below. So candles, blah, blah, blah. And then I treated myself to some very bougie bottles of wine. You'll know that I have always been a rosé girl through and through on my channel for the last few years. And whilst I still love rosé very, very much, and I will happily enjoy a bottle of the L'Aube or Whispering Angel, I will happily do that. But I have to say that at the moment, Sancerre is just rocking my world. I feel like it's the most delicate and light, and it's a really elegant wine. And so far I've not met a Sancerre that I don't like. So this is the Henri Bourgeois 2023, and then this is the Sancerre Domaine Chevreau 2023 as well. And so I'm going to pop these in the wine chiller, but that was like my little, I don't know, I just fancied, you know, when I'm like not buying as much clothes in January. This did actually arrive in January and I haven't opened it with you, so I just opened it today, sorry. But I felt like, do you know what? Snacks, candles, wine, that feels indulgent and it's not buying clothes. So yeah, I thought I'd do that. So I'm gonna get my pantry stocked. The other thing that I want to do is start doing a bit of a spring pack down. I think I probably need more of like 3 wardrobe switch outs per year, because I think the spring switch out just eases you into it a little bit more, because you have that strange period of time where you don't need all your coats. So I want to pack down all of those thick, really heavy bits, but keep my sort of staples out and start making room for other bits, because honestly, I reckon I could be in the garden today in just a shirt and be a very, very happy camper. So yeah, I think a little bit of a wardrobe pack down maybe today or tomorrow is going to help as well. And just start packing down blankets. We always have a blanket in the living room, but the 100 blankets that I have, maybe I don't need those so much. And just start getting ready, because I really, really am looking forward to my spring decor and getting the house ready for spring. But first, you need to do the closing down for winter. I'll get more of them. So lovely, wow. Another very special sign that the weather is warming up is our Millen Gordon bees. This little lady, or chap actually I think, is currently caught in the window, but I wanted to show you her because she's out and about, or he, Ali knows more about this stuff than I do, out and about, probably gathering the first bits of pollen ready to take back to the hive for our honeycomb and honey stores for this summer. This is why I love when nature lets me know that it's starting to awaken. And that is a sure sign. Let's let you out though. Goodbye. My goodness me, we have the bougiest chickens. Look at them using our very lovely oak furniture as their perch. They love to stand up there. Absolutely love it. I just came upstairs to start packing down the initial bits and bobs for winter, and I popped all of my stuff that I've ordered for Atlas into my riding bag. This is hilarious. Tell me you have a basically grey horse without telling me you have a basically grey horse. So the first few times I've ridden Atlas, I haven't really groomed him. It's a learning curve, like grooming a fully grey white horse. And because I was focusing on getting him settled and also just like connecting with him, grooming, maybe I didn't spend as much time as I normally would. However, now I want to make sure that I'm getting that down to a T. I really want it to be efficient and effective. That's my goal. I want it to be done in like 10 minutes to be able to get him looking good. So I bought myself all the gear. I watched Esme's video of her grooming her pony Casper. It was about a year ago. I messaged her, I was like, oh my God, your video's been so helpful. And I basically brought everything that she used. So I got this curry comb. This is actually amazing because this will enable me to just keep this on my hand and just brush him down. So I took all of the advice on that. Then I also bought this one, which is like a tiger tongue. This will expand in water. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, he has a little bit of like rug friction on his chest, which I want to get better. So I bought him a little shoulder guard to hopefully help get that area looking good. And then I bought a lifetime supply of horse care sponges from Carr and Day and Martin. Royal warrant holder. These sort of ones I'll probably use most of all for his legs and hoofs. Just because at the moment they're wet and you don't want to be like rubbing wet mud, so I just want to be essentially like rinsing and sponging it off. So that's all packed up for me to go tonight. Now what I want to do is to just sort of go through things. I've got a lot of coats in here that I think can now be filed away, so I'm gonna pull these out, keep whichever ones out that I want to keep out. I'm really gonna try and keep it down to like almost 5 coats. That might be wishful thinking, but we shall see. And also I want to do my boots as well. Now I'm doing this because I find that there's like, you know, there's a fine line between getting the most out of your wardrobe and just hoarding things in there in general. And I think by doing this initial spring pack down before I do a summer switch out will be really, really helpful for me. So, trusty rail, and I shall start removing. So I don't think I'm going to need this Laura Green coat anytime soon. Can't believe it. This is like my favourite coat last year, and I don't think I've worn it. I think I might have worn it once this whole winter. So bizarre, but it's still, that to me is like an heirloom piece. It's just so timeless. The colours are perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right, there's 6 coats there, and I've got some coats also in the back cupboard, which I think they can go as well, and then hopefully I can consolidate. Okay, so it's not 5 or 6, but it is a healthy amount of coats in here at the moment. So we have Bespoke, Purdy, Marcella, Tod's, Marcella, Purdy, Bespoke, Holland Cooper, Marcella, Hugo Boss. So I think we've got a wide variety of smart coats there that I think will stand me in good stead until we get to summer. This would just be like my spring edit. And then over here, I've been taking out the excess basically. So we've got Fairfax and Favour, Fairfax and Favour, Fairfax and Favour, Holland Cooper, Holland Cooper, Holland Cooper, Karen Millen, Amelia Wickstead, Sinead Curie, Karen Millen, blah, blah, blah. All of these are going to go into the loft into storage, and so are these boots. These are boots that I have that I haven't actually worn yet, but I have them as great basics for styling and things like that. So these are going to be going into the loft as well, which has created so much more space for having a bit more of a streamlined spring wardrobe as well. The next thing I need to tackle is the cozy cupboard. I definitely am not going to be needing all of these pieces of knitwear. I don't need 100 ivory knitwear pieces for the spring, so I think this might be a job to do at a later date, because there's still knitwear that I would want to keep, like my Connolly cardigan, my fisherman cardigan. I'll wear that a lot in spring. Things like my sheep jumper, I think that will work really well in spring. The jumper that I'm wearing, I've got a few little cashmere bits that I'll definitely keep out for those colder nights, because it takes a long while for the nights to get warmer. Loomy. So I might try and do this a little bit later, but I do need to get prepped now to head to the stables. So I'll probably see you tomorrow, because I'm not taking you to the stables today. Oh, no, no, no. From one day in one jumper to another day in another jumper. I am coming at you from exactly the same spot, but it is now the day after. I ended up going to the stables, and I was there until about 8:30 in the evening and put my boy to bed, and it was a very, very lovely evening at the stables. I've had a busy old day today. I was shooting a campaign this morning, which was lovely. It's like a Valentine's-esque campaign with Mark Kane, who I went to Germany with late last year, and I have to show you all the flowers that I got to shoot it. Oh my gosh. And it was such an amazing amount of flowers for 50 quid. And I'm like, nowadays, when I've like ordered from, I remember Ali once, bless him, ordered me flowers for Valentine's Day. And obviously it's completely about the gesture, and I was very grateful to receive the flowers, but I was also a little bit upset for him because of what he'd spent. And all of the flowers that I've ordered that I got downstairs, they're like British grown as well. So that's what you want to be supporting, and should generally come with a higher price tag. But I got so many. Anyway, speaking of flowers, the thing that I need to plan now, because I haven't tackled my knitwear cupboard, also whilst taking delivery of new knitwear, this is from Amazon. I ordered this and I thought to myself, this can't be as good as it looks in the photos. The colours, so it's like a really nice knocked back tan. This isn't cashmere. Okay, this is not part of my cashmere, but I can't tell you how long I have been looking for an Argyle jumper in nice colours. I'd go on to Pringle all the time. I'd be like, give it to me, Pringle. Give me the money. And they never had like a more muted tone Argyle. I think that's kind of a Pringle thing that is quite colourful anyway. And when I saw this on Amazon, I have to show you it, I was so impressed. I'm wearing it with one of my Lily Silk like sets. But you could wear this over leggings, you could wear this with jeans and boots. And I love the fact that it's like on the back as well. Love this, and it's so cozy. It's not cashmere, but it's actually warm, which I love. And I've also got a little cashmere jumper underneath. Anyway, what I am doing now is planning my spring decor, because the last few times I've done installs, I haven't been prepared. And I haven't noted down all of the areas that I want to dress for spring, and that leaves me like it leaves me short. I want to have a clear playing field, and I really want to have planned my decor this year. So that is what I'm going to do. I want to look at all of the areas, write down what I want for that area, like heights, sizes, that kind of thing. I want to look at blooms. So I'm going to get onto this. By the way, I am loving this so much. I've used it so much. I got it out in my meeting today because I also had a meeting, which I'm going to talk to you about. Well, that was typical. The moment that I put a new battery in the camera, it wasn't actually a new battery. I didn't realise that it was flashing at me. Camera died, and then Charlie phoned me for a little catch up, and I forgot what I was saying to you. What was I talking about? I think I was telling you about this. So basically, I've been using this for the past few days to do all of my notes on, and I love it because I am essentially just using all of the different types of journals and agendas and daily planners in one place. So I can do my monthly plan, I can then do my weekly plan with a little bit more notes, and I can do a plan for like the whole day, I can do a schedule, and it all goes underneath one little folder. So I've got one started here, this is February. So if ever I need to go back and look over notes, I can do that. And also it helps me prep for things like decorating. I feel like for me personally, writing things down is super important. So I think there's not a lot of time in the year where this room gets something different. I generally keep the ivy pots, I generally keep the ferns, just because they're reliable and they're robust in here and it always looks lovely. However, I think we could definitely do some pots in the dressing room this year. So I'm just gonna add that. It could just be, you know, a few little snowdrops or whatever, but just to add a little bit of blooms in here, because this room is, you know, it's a special room for me. I do like that. Okay, so perhaps snowdrops, just something white. I always love it as well in here, having a little bit of bacopa, but that's usually later on in the summer, or some erigeron. You know, I absolutely love pots of erigeron in the house. So I also want to do something for the upstairs hallway, and spring wreath. This is also a good thing to do if you're not doing what I do, where I have Gemma come with lots of little bits and pieces that you can buy online. This is just obviously so good to make a list when you're going somewhere like the garden centre to know exactly what you need to get. Because sometimes I go to the garden centre and I'm just overwhelmed by how much is there. So it's quite nice to have a clear vision. Why am I so blooming bright? There we go. Lit it up like Blackpool Tower in here. Now I look like I need to go to bed, which I actually do because the time is 8:45. So that is the hallway. I think, do I want to do my bedroom? I feel like the bedroom is okay. Maybe just a little bit of greenery, I don't know. Kitchen, obviously. Ooh. This is honestly so good as well. I didn't realise that this is the eraser on the back. So you literally just, if I go like this, obviously like an eraser, you can see there, but I have just squiggled all over it. You just take this and it just rubs it out. So good. Love that for me. Kitchen, I would say we want to do something over the stove. We need to do the island. Living room, ottoman, branch display, Diana table, technical name. I think pot for the downstairs loo. So funny when I'm using this, I go to scribble things out instead of erase them. We've got to dress the terrace. Do we want to dress it? I mean, it might be biting off more than we can chew if we do the greenhouse as well. No, we don't need to dress the greenhouse. I like doing that myself. I think that's everything. Oh, Ali's office. Okay, wow, done a whole page. So yes, as I said, this is going to make things so much easier for you when going shopping for the things that you want to dress. So the console table for me in the hallway, that always needs to have a bit of height, a bit of presence to it. I really love that to be quite impactful there. And I just want some sprinkles of spring throughout my home. And writing this down means that if there is anything that we miss, I can then go to the garden centre and pick it up as well. So that is my decor planning for the next season, which is just making me feel so much more prepped for spring, because honestly, each day it is feeling more and more like spring, which is exciting. And also my meeting today, even though I've just spoken to you for so long, my meeting today was basically a discussion about what next for Evergreen. Like, what is it I want to work on for Evergreen? And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I know some of you have said you would, I get so many messages about a coffee table book, it's ridiculous. And I really thought that Evergreen as it was would kind of blur the lines, but apparently you want something that's a little bit more lifestyle-y focused and inspirationally focused. So that really, like, I love that. But not just books. If there is something that you would like to see, like what is it that you would love to see from Evergreen? Is it something for your home? I don't know, is it something that you can like dress your home with? Or is it like, I don't know, like a linen collection in terms of like outfits? It could be like jewelry, for example. Like imagine being able to wear a piece of like Evergreen inspired jewelry. I would love to know what it is that you would like to see from Evergreen next, because that was kind of what we were talking about today, but I always like to hear what you guys are thinking. But I am going to go and read my book on the sofa for a little bit. I might give myself 45 minutes of reading. I'm up early tomorrow because we're heading to, first I've got a whole day of seeing friends tomorrow. I am heading to Burford to see Irene, who's my friend that lives there. I last saw her when I went to see her before I had chickens. And I'm so looking forward to going and catching up with her because she's just one of my favorite people online. We like met online and now I just love spending time with her. She is one of those people that is an absolute tonic. And I can't believe I'm getting to see two fabulous women in one day. I'm hoping to go to Burford Garden Centre in the morning before I go to Irene's. I would love to go and do a little sort of spring forage at Burford and see what they've got there. So just pop in, see what they've got, and then head to Irene's. And then once I've finished at Irene's, I'm heading to Soho Farmhouse to see Donna Bartoli, who is one of my favourite people to follow online as well. If you don't know Donna, she's like the only person that I really go to for sort of like holistic wellness inspiration, nutrition. She is the person that literally piqued my interest initially about potentially trying raw milk. I still haven't done it yet, but I am hoping that if I can find somewhere locally to where I live that does it, then I can try it. And I was honestly really shocked by what you guys said, because I was expecting you guys to be quite cross at me for saying it, but it seems like a lot of you are already drinking milk, and that's probably an interesting sign of the times. I think it's because I often see people online share something that they do and then they have to deal with the backlash, and I think I see that. But you seem to be very broad-minded thinkers, which makes me very, very proud. I love that. I don't think I had anything else to tell you about, to be honest, from today, but I will show you the blooms on my kitchen table. So I'm still not ready for spring just yet. When this video goes live, that might have changed, but there is not one part of me that wants to be potting bulbs and dressing my home just yet. I'm going to lock in a date to do it, but I honestly want to really feel a sense of spring when I do that, and I'm just not there yet. I'm still very much enjoying midwinter. I'm enjoying that sort of undulation from winter to spring. I'm enjoying the cozy evenings, but just feeling the lengthening of the days that little bit more every day. Like I had my PT the other morning and we were both like, it's getting lighter. But I'm still very much enjoying midwinter. So this is lovely, getting prepped for the season ahead. Oh, the smell in this room of the bergamot candle and then these blooms as well is delicious. Absolutely delicious. We've got hyacinths, we've got tulips. These were all closed when I put these into water earlier, and they are now all opening up. So some lovely little narcissi there, and more little purple hyacinths. And honestly, this was all from Waitrose, all grown in the UK. And I got all of this and a few little bits more. I've popped some things around the house already. And all of this for 50 quid. And what a celebration of spring it is. Speaking of celebrations of spring, I don't know if you remember, I did kind of go on about it a little bit. I made a playlist before Christmas that was basically like a traditional Christmas in the countryside playlist. And you guys really enjoyed it. And I did also at the same time start making a bit of a playlist of classical pieces of music that really move me but also inspire me in a natural sense. Well, some of them anyway. Some of them are just pieces of music that really move me, and there aren't a lot of tracks on there, but it seemed like a lot of you wanted to know about it. So I'll pop the link to my Evergreen playlist down below, and hopefully this is a playlist that you can put on whatever season and just enjoy a little bit of inspiration in your home. Like I said, I'm still adding to it. Every so often I'll be listening to Classic FM and I'll be played a piece of music and I'll go, oh my gosh, that needs to go on the playlist. For the most part at the moment, it's just a few pieces that really, like, when I hear that, oh, it just makes me feel like I'm having hot wax poured over me. It's just so nice. So I'll link it down below. I haven't shown you this little section here either. This is Atlas's old saddle. Now, absolutely, the moment that I bought his new one, I thought his old saddle is going to make the most beautiful piece of decor in our home. Now, it's not going to stay living here on the banisters. It's not safe. And I think what I would like to do is to get it mounted somewhere properly. I think it would look lovely in the new games room downstairs, but just finding somewhere that it could be maybe mounted on a wall or something like that. But it is so heavy, this saddle. It was a lot to me trying to put that on him, but it is just so beautiful, and it is a piece of him that I get to have at home, because obviously he's not at home with me, which feels so weird having an animal that doesn't live at home with you, but hopefully one day. Good morning, everyone. I have just loaded up the car because I am heading to Burford first, and I'm putting my heated seat on because it is cold. I'm heading to Burford first. I'm going to try and pop into the Burford Garden Centre before heading to Irene's. I don't know if that's going to be possible because I'm running a bit late this morning. Don't ask me why. Just don't ask. Then I'm going from Irene's to Farmhouse to see Donna, and so I'm carrying more of the little sewn embroidered pouches. Can you see those? They seem to be very bright on this camera, but they have little embroidered linen pouches with carrots on. It doesn't have carrots in them, it has honeycomb, one each for each of the people I'm going to see today. So Barbara is also packed because it is cold. I've got my bag, that's all of my bits and bobs. I am going to set Miss Satnav, and I started a new book this morning, not because I've finished Simple Abundance, because I absolutely haven't. I am like in April of Simple Abundance, and I felt like I needed to maybe slow down a little bit, so I started a new book this morning. This was from my NLP practitioner. This is the Checklist Manifesto by Atul Gawande, and basically he's a surgeon, or he was a surgeon, and he realised that things were going wrong in the surgical theatre, and so he developed essentially a checklist to stop that from happening, but people fought the checklist. But he looked at other industries like aviation, that kind of thing, and they all had their own checks. And so he fought, and now his little checklist is on, his checklist is in every surgical theatre, I believe, around the country, and that's all I know about the book. But my NLP practitioner told me I should listen to it, so that is what I am going to do. It feels very luxurious driving this car on a long journey, because I feel like I have been driving the Defender so much recently, so I feel very, very bougie. It makes you really appreciate the comfort of modern day cars, I can tell you that one. Anyway, let's head to Burford and enjoy a day with friends. Well, I've arrived at Burford and it is 10:15. I'm shocked by how busy it is, to be honest, but I like people's dedication to Burford Garden Company. Now I'm hoping that there's going to be a little bit more of spring here, so I came more in midwinter, just in that sort of lull between Christmas. No, actually it was just after New Year's we came here,
and it was really the big Christmas changeover. And so I'm hoping there's going to be some newness in here that I can show you, but I'm looking forward to having a rummage.
Oh my goodness, is this not the most beautiful display of spring? Beautiful petunias. Primrose, not petunias, primrose. Oh my goodness, I love this piece from Emily Beatrice Bland. It is so beautiful, and even the frame is so pretty as well. Oh my goodness, I love the artwork here. This is definitely looking more spring-like out here. Oh, I love the hyacinths all potted up with the bulbs showing and the moss. They look gorgeous. When I came last time, this was all still Christmas decorations, but we are preparing for life to be a little bit more outdoorsy for the coming months. This is C. Atherley, and I absolutely love this brand. I think it is so beautiful and smells absolutely incredible. I think I'm going to try this one. So it's actually got 2 different geranium room fragrances. So this is the brand started recently by Kath Kitson. So this is C. Atherley, and I saw this for the first time at the Chelsea Barracks Summer Fair, and I really wanted to buy some bits then, but I think I'm probably going to try some now. I am interested in the body cream, but I'm being very careful with body creams at the moment, as you know, preferring more to make my own. But the room sprays, I think this one, I'm going to give it a whirl. This brand, however, I am absolutely loving at the moment. My new deodorant is absolutely incredible. It's the rose and geranium, and the pillow mist is my absolute favourite. This brand is just garden mint and bergamot hand wash. Oh, I need to try that. That sounds wonderful. This little section of Burford Garden Company is probably one of the unsung heroes, because they have everything in terms of dried paraphernalia for your home. This has inspired me so much for autumn. Oh my goodness, dried corn on the cobs as an arrangement. I love it, but obviously wrong season for the moment, but I love it, so good. And this as well, I'm often stumped as to what to put in the vase in our living room, and this is magnolia branches and blossom. We've done blossom before, but these magnolias are beautiful. I love that they're little furry ones, so adorable, little fluffy things. And just like that, I have found heaven. I'm going to buy some of these pots. I love them when they're already like subdued in terracotta tones, and they have so many different sizes, but I love that they have the little zinc ones that I've just bought. I think I'm going to check the price on these though. Mascari are always a favourite of mine when it comes to spring decor. Just loads shoved in a beautiful bowl. Looks so effective. They're all like bendy and willowy, and the colour is just perfect of these ones. These are early bird. I'm outside now looking at all of the loveliness out here. Oh, it's so tempting, but so far I'm not buying anything. I'm being restrained because I'm just not there yet. What I also love about garden centres is because they cater to absolutely everyone. So even if you're time poor and you can't devote all of your time to getting bulbs in the ground in autumn, or you can't plant the sprouting ones now, sometimes they do it for you as well. So you don't have to sit out of the fun of spring just because you didn't plant them yourself. That is one of those things that the world will have you think you can't enjoy flowers because you've not done it yourself. No, absolutely enjoy if you can. If you're time poor but you've got a little bit more money, you'll obviously end up spending more. This is like 30 quid, but it's done, and on a windowsill it is going to bring you so much joy. There is something about tiny pots that make me so excited, and these dwarf Narcissus tete-a-tete just make me so excited. Everything makes me so excited. Oh my goodness, speaking of dwarf, look at these dwarf tulips, and so colourful. Oh my gosh, orange and yellow. They look like almost like little flames in a fire. Giuseppe Verdi. Oh, they've got other colours too, these little peachy ones. Dwarf Lilac Wonder. Oh, garden centres are so much fun. Now, I hadn't actually planned on purchasing any of the things that I've shown you, except for this. Now, I'm looking for some shallower planters for certain areas in my home, and actually, this looks very good. Well, back in the car after a very inspiring trip. I actually think I was more inspired by a number of the books that I picked up in their reading room, but I didn't buy anything. I don't know why I didn't buy anything. Even the thing that I said I was going to buy, I didn't buy. I think I have to be in the mood if I'm going to go and get all of my bits and bobs, and because I'm still in the planning stages, I didn't want to like jump the gun. So yeah, but good for inspiration, and seeing the sort of dried flower area, the twig area that usually sits at the front of Burford, that was really good. I'm now going to head to Irene's and go and see my wonderful friend. So I'm in Irene's spectacular kitchen. I don't even know if I showed you much of it last time I was here, but the woman of the moment is in her kitchen. And she's just rustled up a vegetarian lasagna.
I did actually rustle it up.
Did you?
Slow cook the sauce.
Oh wow! Oh, it looks so good, and it smells. This just looks fantastic. And also, I am leaving with my weekly food shop. I've said that I'm going to come every week because apparently I'm leaving with bread, butter, some beans, because when I tell you that Irene makes the best coffee, if I could have coffee like this every day, I would have coffee every day. I don't ever drink it because it doesn't taste this good. So she's given me pretty much the ingredients to try and make my own, but this, I'm very, very grateful. I said, you know, if they could pick me up a Birkin when they're out as well, I'd be very, very much grateful, but apparently they were sold out. But so we're going to have some lunch and chat because, as always, I get here and we just don't stop talking, and I love it.
There's a lot of agenda items.
Yeah.
We get a bit anxious about it.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, let's come back.
Yeah, so many topics covered. This looks so good. Oh my gosh. So we just finished lunch and we're talking about sofas.
What
And
sofas?
we are, I know, all of the conversations today.
We're both from politics to
I know. And Irene literally just said, something about Maker, and I'm like, oh my god, I love their sofas. We've got one. I've never sat on a Maker sofa. In fact, I think I saw them at a show once, and I didn't have the guts to go over and try. Oh gosh. Oh wow. So this is. It actually looks like a cloud. This is as gorgeous in person as I thought it would be, and it almost has a bit of an alluring sense, like you just want to sit in it,
yeah,
don't you? You just want to exactly like the adverts, you want to run and jump on it and experience it. And I can't believe that I've never done this before. Hold on, I'm going to sit you there and I'm going to give you a real-time review of the Maker sofas. Hold on, wait. I'm not going to jump on your sofa.
Oh no, please, can you do the full jump? Because that's what they do in the ads.
I'll hurt myself. I'll jump backwards.
Good. I know, it's a lot. Oh. It's unbelievable. Yeah. I know. Why would we say that?
Leave me here.
I know.
This is unbelievable. It's so smushy.
It's what it says on the tin. No,
like, you know when you see them jumping on, you're like, okay, it can't be that good.
No, it is.
It's like a marshmallow. It's just,
yeah.
It's so funny, isn't it? Because I thought that their marketing was absolutely genius.
Oh, no.
That's just
genius. And you know they come with the little horse vans.
No.
So if you want to buy like a sofa, they come with like a little horse van, and you go inside, and they have the sofa, so you get
yes.
So that's the genius.
Yes,
the
they're
marketing
like, try it
is
for yourself.
The genius.
And this is the thing. The reason why I really thought about these sofas for our games room is because we've got a cinema in there, but we don't want cinema seats.
Yeah.
I want something that like you're going to get in and really like it's just it just takes you.
Do you love it?
I love
nice,
it. Huh? Absolutely love it. This is genius. Oh. Well, I'm so, because when you've seen the adverts, you think it's not going to be as good.
No, we were bought into it as well.
Oh. This is always one of my favourite things about Irene's house is all of her little bits and pieces from Astier de Velat. This little curation of bits and bobs on this shelf just brings me so much joy.
Yeah,
We're about to head out into Irene's famous garden. So I'm popping my hair up because it is a little bit wet out there at the moment. But I've seen her gorgeous garden in, I think it was like spring, summer. I think it was actually like end of summer. It was just before I got my chickens. And it was so beautiful, so I'm very excited to see what she's growing, but also what her garden's like at this time of year, because we're currently about at the end of midwinter, and so it's going to be so lovely to see. This is probably my most favourite view of Irene's house in the summer. This is just thick with hydrangeas, and it is the most magical of Cotswold house views I have ever seen, and it's just so iconic. If you follow Irene on Instagram, you'll know that this is just, her home is a pure magic, and it just, oh, it feels like you're transported into another world when you're here. So being able to show you this again in another season is really, really special. And also these snowdrops, the first actual blooming snowdrops that I've seen this year.
Yeah.
How gorgeous, a little sputtering. I love the little ones over there. Oh, oh yes, tell me about your balls.
So we've been fighting it for a long time.
Yeah.
We've been fighting, and we've been, you know, feeding the box, doing everything. And then within 2 weeks, the back garden, the herb garden, which is, I'm very precious about very few things in the garden because,
yeah,
you know, it's the garden, right? You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
But that, I planted myself, and it was beautiful, and it was just, it like box fly just swept through it.
I'm sorry, can we talk about this gate? Is this for the dog?
It's often I used to for the babies when they were small.
Oh, it's so cute.
But now we keep it.
It's just
so cute.
So this is your Italian garden.
The Italian, so come and see.
Because this is new. It's like new, but to look like it's been here for 100 years. Because you worked with that incredible garden designer, didn't you? I think I followed.
I'm working with him again on
oh gosh.
So there were 2 box walls here. We've just pulled them out.
Oh no.
But look at all the snowdrops.
And the hellebores. Those snowdrops
are amazing.
Are massive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you got snowdrops at yours?
Yes, but they just grow in the woodland, so they were always there.
I mean, they're woodland flowers, aren't they?
Yeah,
so
but these are big ones. Ours are just little ones. These are like.
Do you want me to give you some?
No.
They
I mean,
have to come, like they have to die down.
Well,
and then I can separate. But that's
yeah,
what happens. You have to get the good variety.
Well, I'll never say no. I don't think I've ever seen
they're massive
snowdrops as big as that.
Rory, come.
And then this is another gorgeous view. Just look. Oh, taking in your home is. I know that you do this, but I hope that you do walk around and just stop and take it in all the time. Yeah, every different season.
I just did a reel on it, and it's the Queen speaking, and she says, my last reel, and just her voiceover, and she says about how we're just passengers.
Oh,
through.
yes.
And that's how I feel, because it's 500 years old. I'm just passing through. And that's what she says. You pass through life, and at the end you come,
That is beautiful.
Yeah. Such beautiful work.
Yeah.
So
oh, she was. I do. I do miss her presence, which is such a bizarre thing to say. Yeah, it's such a strange thing.
It's not like we knew.
No, but it's like we did like a little bit, which is, she was like a constant, wasn't she, in our lives?
Exactly.
And so this is a trailing rosemary, isn't it? This one. I wish we'd put trailing rosemary. Yes. Yeah.
Well, let's use the Latin words. Right?
It's almost like sculptural, isn't it?
I love it.
It's so lovely. Is this a little makeshift bar?
Yeah, we made it for a party.
Stop it! That is genius.
I know, right?
Is that out of pallets?
Yes. I had a guy like in the next village make him put some wheels on.
That is genius.
Like, everything, and then we move it around like we've had it there.
But it also looks like it belongs.
Completely.
Wow. I'm always cold, but let's go. I'm on the adventure. Mush. You do have to show me in your greenhouse, because I need to know what you're planting as well.
Well, you know I haven't started anything because it's too cold.
Yes. Oh yes, you're very grumpy geese. I was going to come in my other boots, but
didn't think you would appreciate me coming to your house in boots that smell of horse piss. Oh wow, so you've written a guide to how to keep chickens?
Yeah, I want to put it on my site. But listen, I wanted to tell you,
Yeah.
we're trying this and we're very happy with it. It's actually for horses.
Do you know what? That is so funny because I saw something online and I said to Ali, I'd seen, because we have a nightmare with the bedding that we have at the moment. This would be so much easier to muck out.
Take a picture.
Yeah, I will. Okay.
This is so
Ali
good.
will love this.
This is so good, darling. And I muck out, or Tracy mucks out.
Yeah.
And it's easy. You just
Yeah, little spot cleans.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little spot clean.
Although I do have to say that your chickens are living the Cotswold dream, in this coop.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Oh dear. Oh bless you.
Oh my god.
They are adorable, are they?
They're so misunderstood.
Oh.
Because people think that they're really like aggressive.
Yeah.
They're so fearful.
They're so beautiful.
Aren't they?
You got garlic growing now. Okay.
Because I planted that in November.
Right. So this stuff here.
Yeah. And the rest of it, the beds are prepped
Yeah.
now to go.
Look at Porridge. Porridge is like, oh, I can get to you now. I'm coming. Don't worry, I am coming. There I am. I'm coming.
I got that made since I saw you.
Yes.
A cover for like
Brassicas. Yeah, to get from the caterpillar.
It works.
Oh, good.
So this is now obviously kale coming to the end of
Yeah.
its life. But it has helped a lot with slugs.
Oh,
Did you just
interesting.
have a huge problem with slugs
Last
this
year, last year.
The worst we've ever seen.
Yeah, it was everything for me, but the slugs were unreal. I love this little wigwam as well. This is your fruit trees as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so these are berries.
Yeah.
The currants.
Yeah.
This is the pumpkin patch and the corn.
That is absolutely amazing. I love that wigwam. Last time we were here, that was fully covered in
Squashes?
squashes. Yeah. Is this what you've been working away at?
So
Oh.
so I can see, like I've been doing succulents.
So your
and-
greenhouse is fully heated.
Yeah, but we're not eating it right now. 'cause
No.
I've got nothing growing.
Lovely.
So that's just the bulbs. Everything's clean, ready to
Yeah.
go. I reckon I'm going to start planting first week of March.
Last time I was here, all your cucumbers.
We're going, see.
And I need to get your cucumbers, the ones that you use. I forgot which ones you use.
Oh, the
little ones, yeah.
okay.
Because I had a nightmare with my cucumbers last
What
year.
happened?
Oh, they just all died.
How are your tomatoes?
Oh, blight, left, right and centre because of the wet.
Yeah.
This year I'm going to do some tomatoes inside.
I've never grown tomatoes outside.
I've only ever grown tomatoes outside. Because I think when I started gardening, we were having those really hot...
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, the hot summers when we really had to sort of focus on watering and blah, blah, blah. And so my tomatoes did really well. And then this year was my worst. I got 8 tomatoes.
Yeah.
It was...
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad. Everyone suffered with the same
Yeah,
thing.
I almost thought I was falling out of love with gardening, but
I
I just
know.
fell out of love with everything dying.
And you know what else didn't come up for me? I talked about this, it's corn, which
Yes.
usually is a no-brainer.
Yes.
And you did yours not come up?
It like
nothing.
came and it just never happened.
Yeah.
I overlove my plants. And what I
give them
mean,
too much
I give them
water?
too much water.
Too much fertilizer and feed.
So
and
even
stuff.
my lemon trees this
Yeah.
year, I went in, I felt really bad that I hadn't been giving them much love over winter. And so I went in and I watered them and definitely watered them way too much. And so I think I might lose a couple.
Do you know they say that 99% of plants that die is because of overwatering?
Yeah. And my sweet peas as
that's all
well.
we know what to do.
It's literally, you're like, well, oh no, it's dying. It needs more love. And actually, it's like,
Which
no,
is
leave
water.
me alone. Yeah. I should probably wipe my feet.
Oh no, please don't.
You sure?
Yeah, country
Okay.
house.
Okay. Well, it's funny that you say that though, because whenever I go in my house and I keep my boots off, people are horrified. I'm like, is this a me thing or is this a you don't live in the country thing? I am finished up at Irene's and I am just about to head over to Farmhouse to meet Donna. It is currently sleeting / snowing and it's going to take me 45 minutes to get to Farmhouse. It is very dark and very cold today. We're at 2 degrees, so we're still in midwinter. But what a lovely afternoon. I have left with a bag full of goodies from Irene's. Honestly, I've got everything in there. She is such a giver and such a wonderful person. I just love spending time with her. We just don't shut up. Like, we literally jump from conversation to conversation. It is wild. We are such we have such similar energies and thoughts. It's lovely. You always leave feeling like your cup is full. But on to Farmhouse, and I'm looking forward to seeing yet another wonderful human being. What a gorgeous day I'm having, seeing all of these lovely people. So I'll see you when we get there. When you return home to the sounds of your husband playing your Evergreen playlist and Tony Anderson on the sound system. Obviously I showed you nothing of me with Donna because it was in Farmhouse. We were in Main Barn, and I value my membership way too much to risk it on filming in Hay Barn, but I haven't been there for so long. It was such a wonderful chat. Like, honestly, you know when you're with someone, it just fills up your cup. She's just fantastic. And I've said to her, I want her to take me food shopping because I'd find it so fascinating. Speaking of food shopping, I obviously went to Irene's first, and I basically left with a weekly food shop from them. They're so wonderful. So basically, Irene is one of the co-owners, investors, that kind of thing, of Linwood & Co. And they do the best bread in the Cotswolds. So Irene owns the best house in the Cotswolds. They also do the best bread. And whenever I go there, she gives me a loaf of bread. I don't ask, but she delivers every single time. I then joked, I said, well, if you can get me some butter and a Birkin, that would also be great, because literally her husband went out and got this for me. And he didn't get the Birkin, sadly, but he did get the butter, and I didn't need the butter. I was only joking, and I said I was only joking, but he got the butter. And I then complimented them on their coffee, because I had a coffee, babe, at theirs, a whole coffee, and their coffee is insane. So they gave us some coffee beans.
This part bean, but part user.
I know, that's the thing. She uses oat milk, and obviously I looked at the things on the ingredients, and I was like, yeah, there's a reason why we don't have it. But Belgian chocolate, black cherry, and treacle. Doesn't that sound good? Honestly, it's so good. Irene is also an investor in a no or low beer brand, Impossible Brew. So Mike has given you some to try. There's an IPA, or a porter. So they gave us that to try. And then I've got butter and Oatly. She even gave us some Oatly, and I was like, I don't really drink it, but she insisted.
That's what we used to have, didn't we?
And I'm just, honestly, you know when you spend a day with just wonderful people, that has been my day. That has been my day. So anyway, I'm now going to debrief with my husband, because he has been with Holland Cooper all day. Haven't you?
Yes.
Getting measured up, suited and booted. And I'm very much looking forward to hearing about it. So,
see his jacket.
Oh.
Nice.
Is that their new stuff?
Yeah, that's an overcoat. I think Jade's already shared it.
So is it like a she can wear it and you can wear it kind of thing?
I believe.
Yeah, I've asked for that.
Ah, yeah.
I've asked for that.
Fit me perfectly.
It's beautiful. Their herringbone is another level.
So that was over a suit as well.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So that's already out.
I don't know if it's already out. I saw it on her and I messaged her and I said...
On her Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you can see it on her Instagram as well. It's gorgeous. I've been sent through my things to choose from for my outfit. So I know,
yes. I was with them. They were telling me.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look through. So anyway, we need to catch up. So I'll speak to you guys in a bit.